Good day. Today, we're talking about the understanding GMO's science, benefits, and concern.
The first topic that we're going to talk about is the definition of GMO. What are GMO? Genetically modified organisms or GMOs are living things whose genetic material has been artificially manipulated in a laboratory through genetic engineering. This creates combination of plant, animal, bacteria, and virus genes that do not occur in nature or through traditional breeding methods. GMO are living things with DNA that has been changed in lab. This involves mixing genes from different organisms like plants, animals, bacteria, and viruses. This type of gene mixing doesn't happen naturally or through normal breeding.
Next, how GMOs are made. Genetic modification involves transferring specific genes from one organism to another to introduce desired traits. This process, called recombinant DNA technology, allows scientists to create crops with enhanced characteristics. This means genetic modification moves genes from one thing to another to get certain traits. This uses recombinant DNA technology to make crops better. And now we're going to talk about the gene transfer process. The first one is the scientists identify a gene with a desired trait. First, scientists look for a specific gene in an organism that has a trait they like. For example, a gene that makes a plant resistant to a certain disease. The next one is the gene is isolated and copied. Next, they isolate this gene, meaning they separate it from the rest of the organism's DNA. Then, they make many copies of the gene. The next one is the gene is inserted into the target organism's DNA. After that, scientists take the copied gene and inserted it into a DNA of another organism they want to improve. This organism is called the target organism. And the last one is the modified cells are grown into a new organisms. Finally, the cell of the target organism that now certain the new gene are grown into a new complete organism. This new organism now has the desired trait from the original gene. The next that we're going to talk about is the case study. The example is the BT corn. What is BT corn? BT corn is a special type of corn. It's like regular corn, but it has been genetically modified to protect itself from the pest. You might also heard about golden rice, which is also a type of rice that has been genetically modified to produce beta-carotene, a source of vitamin A. And now, how BT corn works or how it works. BT corn contains genes from the soil Bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis that produce proteins toxic to specific pests like the European corn borer. When the pest eat plants, the protein creates pores in their digestive system, killing them. BT corn has genes from a soil bacterium called Bacillus thuringiensis. Let's call it BT for short. These BT genes makes the corn produce proteins that are toxic to specific pests like the European corn borer. When the pests eat the BT corn, these proteins create pores in their digestive system which end up killing them, so the corn protect itself. And the benefits of this, it can reduce crops damage by 25%. BT corn can reduce the crop damage by about 25%. The next one is it decrease needs for chemical insecticides. It less need for insecticides because it protects itself. Farmers don't need to use as many as chemical insecticides. And the last one is It increases farmers' yields and profit. By reducing damage and using fewer chemicals, farmers can get more corn and make more money.
Next is health implications. Nutritional benefits. Biofortified crops like golden rice provide essential vitamins, vitamin A, to combat malnutrition in developing countries. Reduce pesticide use. BT crops produce their own pest protection, reducing the need for chemical pesticides which can harm human health. Concerns. Allergen concerns. Potential for introducing new allergens through gene transfer. Rigorous testing is required to ensure safety. Antibiotic resistance markers. Some GMOs use antibiotic resistant genes as markers during development, raising concerns about contributing to antibiotic resistance.
Environmental impact. The benefits: reduce chemical inputs. Herbicide-resistant crops allow targeted weed control, reducing overall chemical usage and soil disruption. Biodiversity protection. Higher yields on existing farmland reduce the need to convert natural habitats into agricultural land. The concerns: gene flow to wild species. Potential for GMO traits to transfer to wild relatives, creating superweeds or disrupting ecosystem. Impact on non-target organisms. BT toxins may affect the beneficial insects like butterflies and bees, though studies showed mixed results.
The next is economic and political aspects and benefits. Increased yields. GMO crops often produce higher yields, improving food security and farmer incomes, especially in developing nations. Reduced production cost. Lower pesticide and labor costs lead to economic benefits for farmers adopting GMO technology. Concerns. Corporate control, patented seeds create dependency on biotic companies, raising concerns about farmer sovereignty and seed-saving practices. Market access issues. Some countries restrict GMO imports, limiting export opportunities for farmers in GMO-producing nations.